Bonjour, we have a legend with us, Jack Ma.
Thank you. Thank you.
The first thing that I have to say that you will have the possibility of putting some question to Jack by using slido.com, and I think that you will get on the screen the address, so you can you can send your messages. It is a formidable honor for me to welcome Jack. He is, as I said, a true legend. He probably doesn't remember. We were sitting on the same panel at what became later the New Champion Forum, organized by the World Economic Forum. In those days, there were very few people believing in Alibaba. And the first question I have to Jack is, how come this little boy, born in Hangzhou, grown up in Hangzhou, who is not an engineer, who is not a geek, who had this formidable intuition of what technology will become, has moved from this origin to building what is today one of the most powerful companies in the world.
Thank you, Maris. Well, if everybody agrees, then there is no opportunity. When people criticize you, you have to think. And I spend most of my time thinking about the future. I spend most of time listening to the complaints. Because people like me, we don't have money, we don't have technology, we don't have a strong relationship. The only thing we compete with the others is that how we see the future. If I believe the future like this way, and those people believe that way, of course we're different. And when we believe that is the future, we start to do it. We start to spend time, we start to gather people, we start to do little by little. And I think everybody can be successful if you really try hard. I started Alibaba in 1999 in my apartment. I talked to the 18 founders that one of the things we want to prove, if Jack Ma and his team can be successful, 80% of the people in the world, they can be successful. Because we don't have money, we don't have technology, we don't have almost nothing. The only thing is that we believe in the future and start to do little by little. So people like us, we are getting used to be criticized. We are getting used to be said no. People say no to you. When people say yes to you, we really appreciate it, because it's not, why people should say yes to you. You have to prove. So as an entrepreneur, you have to get used to be challenged. Have to get used to be said no by the other people, by the investors, by your customers, by the people. But this is the opportunity. When everybody believe it, you have no chance. When only few people believe it, you prove it, that's your chance.
What makes you so resilient to the fact that people are starting to say no? The first one who said no to you, and 10 times I have understood, or 9 or 10 times, is the Harvard Business School. KFC has refused to hire you. So with all this no, how at the end of the day, what has been the driver which has made you who you are?
Yeah, I wish people can say yes to me, but if they say yes, I have no choice. I have to accept it. And of course, you're not happy when people say no. Have a good sleep, wake up, try it again. It's always my fault, not the other people's fault. Why you can convince people if you cannot prove it? But the thing is that, very important, there are two groups of people you have to convincing. First group of people, your team. They believe in you. They trust in you. and they believe the things we agree together. And second is your customers. They really love your products. And investors, it's okay.
Investors, it's okay.
Yeah, you cannot make every investors invest in you. Don't believe investors. There is a long-term investors. They have to sell. You know, when they want to invest in you, they say, well, I'm a long investor. When you're in trouble, they run so fast. That's the advice. Spending time on your customers. Spend time on your people, on your own team. Don't spend time on your investors. Don't spend time on your competitors. When you look at the people you want to serve, when you look at the people you work together, if they're happy, you will win. That's the very simple. Because
I wish. I wish it is that simple because
it looks simple, very difficult to do, but you have to do it.
I have been yesterday with you at the dinner which has been offered by President Macron, and you deliver one of the most inspiring speech I had the chance to listen to. And with a vision regarding the future, and also this idea that one of the things which is taking us back is the fact that most of the time we are too much attached to the past. Maybe you can share some of those views with the audience because it was so impressive, and I think it is what is leading the world. So can you maybe in a few sentences summarize your thought on this?
Yeah, I think my advice to the governments, many government officers, you know, government officers love to make policies and rules and regulations, but nobody is an expert of the future. We human beings only have the experts of yesterday. When we make the future, especially this technology revolution, is so overwhelming, so change everybody, everything. So the policy we make have to be smart policies at the smart time. We should not, because of one problem, we make everybody in trouble. And I think that we should always think about the future. Think about how we can, there's very little we can do to change yesterday. There's very little we can do to change today, but there's a lot of things we can do to change tomorrow. If we do a little bit today, we can change the future. So I think that government should everybody in the world should embrace the change, embrace the technology. You don't have the solutions, or we don't have the solutions. Somebody have the solution. We don't have I see so much worries today in Europe, in the world. The thing worries me is the worry itself. When you worry, you start protective. And I think people worry about jobs. Today we think people worry about artificial intelligence. Well, don't worry too much about that. People are improving, and people worry about the security. Alibaba got, in the past 5 years, every day we got 300 million attacks per day. But we think it's an opportunity. Let's learn it. Let's learn how to do it, solve the problems. And then in the future, when we got the experience, share with the others. That's the whole thing. So I want to encouraging everybody. Look at the future. We cannot avoid it. We have to embrace it. We have to live it, think about the future. And there are a lot of things. My grandfather will never be surprised, will be so surprised that today human beings have so many jobs can be created.
President Macron has